WDW Radio, your information station.
Hello everybody and welcome to WDW Radio Live. Today is Wednesday, August 22nd, 2012. I am Lou Mongello from WDWRadio.com and we are coming to you live from Disney's, I almost say Grand Californian, it's not. It's the Contemporary Resort, Hotel, and Spa in the Grand Canyon Concourse. We are joined by a number of friends who have come, by you in the box, and a number of you have come out of the box. I want to welcome you guys all to the show. Welcome out of the box. This friendly face that you see here is Glenn Whalen from PrettyGoodMovieRide.com and Googling WDW, and that guy is Scott Otis from Otisburg. We'll get to meet some of the other people here throughout the night. But first, before we get started, I want to thank tonight's sponsor. It is Basque Skincare. And you're probably saying to yourself, Lou, what does Basque Skincare have to do with Disney?
What does Basque Skincare have to do with Disney?
I'm going to tell you. They have
they have something for my hair?
Do you see this mural right behind here?
Yes.
Designed by Mary Blair,
Yeah.
who also designed the mural from It's a Small World.
It's a
Small World. They have actually a partnership with Disney in a It's a Small World skincare line.
Okay.
And this month, they are having the Cutest Little Dreamer contest. Now, when you see Cutest Little Dreamer, you're probably thinking Lou Mongello, right? No.
I had Scott Otis.
You thought Scott Otis.
Yeah.
But it's not Lou Mongello or Scott Otis. What they're looking to have you do is post a picture of your little dreamer, again, not me, but your baby, your child, to the Basque Skincare Facebook page. And the picture that gets the most likes by August 31st is going to get a Basque Disney It's a Small World Loving Touch gift set. As if you visit facebook.com/Basque Skincare, you can find out how to upload, like their page as well too. So you're probably saying, what is this little, what does skincare have to do with babies?
Now, what does skincare have to do with babies?
They actually have products, not just for moms and moms-to-be and moms who have given birth to their little bundles of joy, but they actually have products to help lull the little ones to sleep. Basque Skincare, where were you 7 years ago with my kids?
Can we try it on Scott?
Yeah, does this work on adults too?
On me, maybe?
Because the chloroform you keep working on him is not really the recommended method. They use lavender. Emily, you know, lavender. It's sort of nature's answer to sweet dreams.
Pretty much.
She used to be a baby and she's not
And
anymore.
a cure for insomnia.
But yeah, if you are a mom or if you're pregnant, they've got a lot of great Disney-branded skincare products. Check them out over at Basque NYC, and again, facebook.com/Basque Skincare to enter the contest. All right, let's get into this week's Walt Disney World news. I have my Basque Skincare. My skin is creamy. I've got my lavender, right? And I feel relaxed. I feel very relaxed. But let's get to the important news of the week. Right?
Okay.
There's lots of stuff going on, but you know when I say important news, you know exactly what I'm talking about, don't you?
Absolutely.
You know it has something to do with dining.
Yummy.
And this week, the reservations for the Be Our Guest restaurant opened on Monday at 7 a.m. to what you were saying were literally hundreds of thousands of phone calls into the Disney reservation system. Jamie is nodding, other people are nodding because many of us set our alarms for 6:45 that morning, started dialing about 6:55, and were met with some busy signals. We literally crashed the Disney phone system to try and... The lines out the door to guest relations, wow, to make reservations. Today, actually, you were able to start making your reservations online for the Be Our Guest restaurant. Reservations obviously only open for dinner, as it's a counter service location during lunchtime. It is going to be a very French themed. It's, after all, miss, this is France, so it's going to, you see what I did there?
Oui.
Right, thank you. So it's going to be very French inspired. So at lunch, what they're going to do is they're going to bring in those ordering kiosks like they have over at Pecos Bill. You'll walk up, like here at the Contempo Cafe, you'll punch in your order, you'll get a receipt. But the nice thing is at lunch, not only do you get, and I'm going to totally blow the pronunciation of croquet monsieur, a grilled steak sandwich, or how is it? Croque monsieur. Leave it to the guy from the UK to correct my French. And tuna niçoise salad.
And a steak sandwich.
Oh, steak sandwich. Grilled steak sandwich. I blew that. There's also going to be staffed cashier stations, but the nice thing about this that I really like is that whether you order by cashier or at the kiosk, a castle servant, a court jester, is going to deliver your meal to your table on real plates. No paper plates, no paper cups. You're going to be delivered real, like they do in Disneyland and a lot of the restaurants there. We talk about how Rancho de Zocalo, some of the other places, you're given real china, real silverware. So I think it's another sort of step in really classing up the joint over at the Be Our Guest restaurant.
Real plates, that's a big change.
It is a big change.
And we could ask them if the gray stuff is delicious. Well, we could.
At dinner, this I can pronounce, you're going to have rotisserie rock hen, grilled strip steak, sautéed shrimp and scallops, and ratatouille confit. And I'm going to blow it. You're getting ratatouille. You're going to get, so again, a lot of French. Listen, I may not be able to pronounce it, but I can sure as eat it. Trust me, that's not going to be an issue. Pronunciations. And the other thing, too, you're going to be able to eat in 3 different and distinct locations as well, too. The West Wing, it's going to have sort of Beast Enchanted Rose there. I think there's going to be a lot of...
It is forbidden.
The West Wing is forbidden. I almost did a really bad Beast impression. But the ballroom, which I think is going to be really the sort of the centerpiece, sort of right out of that finale scene. And the Rose Gallery is one that we haven't really seen any concept art for as yet, too. So very excited. Reservations opened starting for November 19th is going to be the first day, which is nice because it's actually before sort of the official opening of everything else on December 6th. Do you have anybody have a reservation? 1, 2, there, 3. November 19th, anybody going day 1?
It's booked out through December 22nd currently.
Booked out, so according to, if this is wrong information, it's Mike Beckerman who says it's booked out till December 22nd. December 22nd. So I know a lot of people are really gunning for holidays and marathon weekend. We're really, a lot of people are looking to make their reservations. So people in the box are saying that they have the reservations. They really like the lunch menu, and I like the idea. I'm really excited about the idea of them bringing your food to your plate instead of having to wait up there for your food, long lines up at the thing. It really adds a nice sort of elegant touch to the restaurant. As long as we're talking about Fantasyland, Disney on the blog this week released a new piece of concept art which really adds a lot of nice perspective to the layout of the land. If you go to One Man's Dream, you can see the model, but this concept art for a lot of people that can't get here really gives you a great idea of what it looks like from the top of Cinderella Castle. So you can see the locations, you can see the transition elements. That's what I was really curious to see, was how they represent a lot of the transition elements. So between Belle's Village and the Beast Castle and the Little Mermaid, the Mine Train and Storybook Circus, you can really see a lot of the boundaries between the existing castle courtyard and this Fantasyland forest. You can see sort of where the delineations line are, because there really is going to be a portal. It's going to be like going from land to land as you go from the castle keep into the forest. And the other thing too, which you didn't see on early concept art, but we've heard a lot of Imagineers talk about, is a lot of greenery. You see how very lush, how very green. There's a lot of green spaces. I don't mean green as in environmentally friendly. I mean green as in places that you can sort of wander, you can sit, you can get some shade while the kids are off. Who am I kidding? We're going to be off running around doing the attractions too. But in theory, the other thing you can see too from that concept art is that and you can see it now if you walk through Fantasyland, is they're adding snow to the top of the mountains. They're adding grass to the top of the mountains to give you a real sense of depth and perspective, which I like too. Again, the previews for Fantasyland are going to open November 19th, the official opening on December 6th. Have you been to the Magic Kingdom lately and saw? Yeah, so you can really get a sense now of
A lot of new stuff I haven't seen.
Yeah, and you can get a sense how big it really is too. I think we're really not getting a sense of just how far and how deep that really goes. And the thing beyond Be Our Guest, what I'm really most excited about are the water features. I know it sounds ridiculous. Like, I love the 5 waterfalls and the flowing river and all that kind of stuff.
Right.
I'm lying. It's the Be Our Guest restaurant.
Yeah, it's Be Our Guest.
It's clearly the Be Our Guest restaurant.
No, it's good food. Come on.
Look at me. Listen, I didn't get this body. This is all natural. This is all, I worked on this. Don't laugh. If you were in the Magic Kingdom recently, you probably may have also noticed some covered areas by some of the attractions. These are the NextGen Fast Pass queues that are starting to go in. You'll see them over by Peter Pan's Flight. Haunted Mansion has them at the old Mike Fink keelboat dock. You're seeing an exterior set of posts outside where I think you'll sort of swipe your card initially, and then when you go inside, it would be where they normally would collect the Fast Pass. It'll be interesting to see when they start rolling that out and start opening that up. Will that be in time for the opening of the Fantasyland expansion? So we were talking about this briefly as a lot of you guys were here, which is very odd. They're here watching the show live, but they're also connecting to the box via Ustream on like a 30-second delay. So I'm seeing myself 30 seconds after I'm talking, which is like kind of creepy. But we're talking about Wi-Fi.
We've lost weight since then.
Yeah, that's true. I'm wearing Spanx. The Basque skincare line is also very slimming. It helps to get rid of all this.
You were saying?
We were talking about Wi-Fi. So you were in the parks today, Emily, who is out of the box. You were using the Wi-Fi in line to watch YouTube videos.
We were using it the other day.
Right, so a lot of you guys are using the Wi-Fi in the parks. They've actually extended the Wi-Fi to another park, but not to one of the other theme parks, but one of the water parks. Typhoon Lagoon is the second park to get the free in-park Wi-Fi. We were laughing because last time I was at with you guys and my family, that's where I spent my birthday, it was the one place that you have to sort of disconnect. You want to leave your phone there. But I guess if what's nice is if you're spending a full day there and maybe you have a cabana or a nice spot in the shade, maybe you do need to check your email, you want to upload some photos to Facebook or Twitter or one of the other social networks, it's nice to have that free Wi-Fi there. Don't bring your phone into Humunga Cowabunga because it's not.
You can bring your iPhone, but not your iPhone.
You need to eat. You have not eaten clearly. All right, so look, as long as we're eating all this food and we're getting we need to start running it off, right? We need to start walking off. Come on, man, this is all you. Because Run Disney revealed this week the finisher medal for the 20th anniversary Walt Disney World Marathon. And this medal alone, I know, has convinced a lot of people to start running. They're like, because I need this medal. It's an outer ring that has Walt Disney World Marathon, the years 1994 and 2013, 20 years, and there's a spinning ring inside with a different quote from Walt Disney on each side. So you bring a little bit of Walt into the marathon. There's also a classic Mickey on one side and a modern Mickey on the other. Now, registration for Marathon Weekend, January 10th to 13th, for the Goofy's Race and a Half Challenge. I never understood this. The half marathon one day, the full marathon next, 90% full.
That's bonkers.
That's silly talk. That's it. If there was a Goofy Eat and a Half Challenge, I would be there.
All over.
The full marathon, 84% full. The half marathon, 79%. The Family Fun Run 5K, which we're all doing.
Yup.
We are.
Right, we're doing it. You need to. Oh, by the way, you're flying down for the 5K. We're all going to do it together. That's only 54% full. We're going to walk it. We're not going to walk it. We're going to have fun. You guys who are there, come join us for the Family Fun Run. Listen, we're going to walk it. We're going to have fun. I have my utility belt with Krispy Kreme donuts and Doritos on it.
Yes.
Yeah, we're doing it. And you get a cool medal.
Said Krispy Kreme donuts.
Well, sharing is a bit of you obviously have never eaten with me before. If you can't make January, that's all right. You can come back in February 22nd to 24th.
And I should be done by February. So.
Well, good, because you can register for the Princess Half Marathon, Princess. Yeah. It ties in perfectly. We've got Fantasyland expanding. We've got Be Our Guest Restaurant.
I'm expanding.
The whole talk, we are expanding. So you can register for the Princess Half Marathon. If you want to run before that, Twilight Zone, Tower of Terror, 10-mile weekend, full.
Yep.
Lock it up.
Can I sign up for that?
You cannot sign. But you know what? You can do the Run Disney Kids races. I'm actually thinking about doing this. The Happy Haunted 5K Trail Run. That sounds fun.
Yeah.
It sounds fun. Sign us up.
All right.
And the Disney Villains Hollywood Bash after party.
Oh, yeah.
That will be there for. I can't guarantee any running.
Some food there.
I will run from kiosk to kiosk to eat my way around the Villains Bash, but that's 68% full. So if you think about coming, it is. Well, it's more of a waddle at this point. And Wine and Dine in November, 9th and 10th, also half marathon, full. It will full. But if you're a part of a charity organization, some travel operators, you may be able to get in, sort of sneak in that way. And the Jingle Jungle 5K, 54% full. The kids races, 53% full. So, who has run a Walt Disney World endurance event?
Me.
I've done it.
You have?
I'm running another one
Really?
in January.
Absolutely.
You did it though. You don't do as I say, not as I do, because he just did it. Decided the day of. You did 3 half marathons. That's a goofy right there.
That's
And I'm doing
over
it
12
I've
years.
done the Everest Expedition
Everest?
I've done Everest. Yeah.
You're thinking about it. You have not.
Yeah, I did Everest.
Well, that didn't count.
Sorry, folks.
Swimming doesn't count.
Swimming doesn't count. So, but if you're thinking about doing, you guys should also join the might as well shamelessly plug for the WDW Radio.
I was number 5.
You didn't finish number 5. That was just your bib number. Your bib number was not your.
Okay.
But I told you, it doesn't matter what place you come in because everybody gets the same medal. Except I think the guy that comes in first.
They didn't give me a medal. They said.
Is it, sir?
You said you had to finish
Sir,
in February.
we're getting ready to open the park. It's almost 8 a.m. You need to finish the course, please. But yeah, join the running team to benefit Make-A-Wish Foundation of America. All we ask is that you donate or raise $100 through the course of the year directly to Make-A-Wish Foundation through the Dream Team page. There's a small registration fee that gets you the Bondi band. It gets you a sweet marathon running team shirt, a certificate, and free hugs, as many free hugs as you like.
Nice.
From Scott. So that may actually be a detracting thing. So that's the news for this week. But I have an interesting rumor that I want to bring up to you guys and get your opinion on, and we're going to tie it back to the parks, right? Because one of my favorite Disney movies is in talks of being remade. Have you heard sort of the buzz? Sort of last night and today, this came out. Jamie, you're nodding. The Rocketeer. The Rocketeer.
I feel bad for not knowing this.
You don't know The Rocketeer. Emily, I don't know what your parents are doing. The Rocketeer,
Would you help me?
you need to spend more time with Uncle Lou. Well, at least you know he has a jetpack. So, we just saw the Avenger rail go by here at the Contemporary, and with the success of so many superhero and comic book movies, X-Men, Iron Man, Captain America, Thor, the Avengers, I'm going to throw Spider-Man in there too because I'm a Spidey guy. Disney is starting to consider remaking one of their very first superhero comic book movies. It was inspired by a comic book. Last year,
Condor Man was before Rocketeer.
you know what? Condor Man would have been a good choice, but they could not get anybody to fit in the Condor suit. So last year was the 20th anniversary of Joe Johnston's Rocketeer. The timing might just be right to do this, to remake the film. At the time when The Rocketeer came out back in 1991, it was not a big enough box office or critical success to look into doing a sequel. But now that the Disney Studios are sort of under new management, and I don't mean like in a tiki room kind of way of under new management, The Rocketeer looks like one of those things that may be up for sort of a reboot, sort of looking at it again. Alan Horn, who is the head of the studios, isn't sort of dissatisfied with what they're doing with Marvel and Pixar properties. Those are those planes are in flight. He wants to start looking at some of the older films. Now, when we were walking in today, you didn't know about this. I was asking you what film you thought it was, and you were guessing Black Hole, Condor Man. Well, although I would like to see Black Hole.
Yeah, Black Hole.
I loved Black Hole, but I wouldn't mind if they did that one again.
What's strange for me is Captain America was directed by Joe Johnston as well,
Right.
and they're very similar in why they succeed.
Right.
But that doesn't mean you have to make it again, because
Right.
I think he would do a good job of doing what he did well with the original. What can they do now different? Because I don't think the problem with that was it's not in the effects and
Right.
the technology wasn't what brought that down. For me.
Well,
So I don't know.
it's like
We'll have
they
to see.
remade Spider-Man. They rebooted Spider-Man and told again. And I think the story was a little bit different. It sort of followed Peter Parker's origin, but was sort of a different spin on it. And so for those of you who maybe have not seen The Rocketeer, and please go out and buy it. It's like $6 at Walmart. I'll buy it for you. The story is about a pilot named Cliff Secord back in the 30s with the help of his friend Peavy, played by
Alan Arkin.
Thank you. He finds this secret rocket backpack prototype, the jetpack, and he uses it to fight the Nazis. It's like Call of Duty, but on the big screen. He saves the girl in 1930s Los Angeles, Jennifer
Connelly.
You said the words 1930.
Calm down, everybody. I know it's Jenny Blake. We know it's Jennifer Connelly.
Yeah.
And so if that, you sort of talked about how the story is almost like Captain America. Well, the character is almost sort of like an early Iron Man. You've got this guy with this metal suit with a rocket pack that it can fly, although he's different than a Tony Stark character. I think part of the reason why, and we've talked about this in the past, why the film may not have been so super popular and people gravitate towards it is because Cliff Secord is not Tony Stark. He doesn't have that edge. He's not the billionaire, playboy, philanthropist kind of thing. he's a good guy. Like, he's just a good guy. He didn't have
So is
any sort of a,
Captain America.
and I love Captain America. He is my favorite Avenger.
Yeah.
You know, to your point, I don't know how they would do
Yeah.
a reboot. And I'm actually going to link in the show notes. We actually did a show about the Rocketeer at Walt Disney World. It's show number 256. If you visit wdwradio.com/256, Jim Corcus and I, we walked through Disney's Hollywood Studios talking about the Rocketeer at Walt Disney World. So my questions, plural, for the week is, well, have you seen the Rocketeer? And unfortunately, many of you, yeah. DVD, anybody who had DVD? Blu-ray, 20th anniversary edition, nice. You know, so to you in the box, and I'm watching as your chats are going by, you know, what do you think of the remake? What do you think of the idea of revisiting and rebooting some of these older franchises?
Who could play the Rocketeer?
That's my next question. Who should play the Rocketeer?
Well, like,
play Jenny Blake.
Whatever you do, please
Scott
don't say,
Otis?
no, it's not Scott Otis, and it's not, please don't say Johnny Depp.
I want that rocket.
It's not Johnny Depp, and it's not Will Ferrell.
Like a hood ornament.
You know, I want to. So some people in the box are saying they've never seen it. Other people, Disney Stitch are saying it sounds great. Gen XM says Ryan Reynolds, Zac Efron. Somebody said Lou should be the Rocketeer. I don't think I could fit in a suit.
I think you can remake any movie every 20 years.
Right.
And be safe because nobody wants the previous generation's heroes.
Right.
But with that in mind, check out the old Rocketeer
Right.
movie because it's not very dated. It would actually play very well. If you enjoyed Captain America,
Right.
I think
It's
you
got
would
that.
still enjoy the Rocketeer because it's very similar in theming and in timing and etc.
Yeah. And
I
it's,
like Zac Efron could make a good Rocketeer because he's good at playing the good guy, you know.
you just think he's dreamy or whatever you kids say for so but yeah, I would love to hear more of your comments. Leave it below, whether you're watching on YouTube, in the blog, or if you're listening to the audio in iTunes. Come by the site over at wdwradio.com. I'll post the video here in the blog. You can comment there as well. We'd love to see the conversation going on. Speaking of the blog and the site, please come by, make sure you check it out. Lots of stuff going on there. If you're coming on the cruise, we've got a schedule and outline. Anybody coming to the e-ticket event in September, kicking off Epcot's 30th anniversary, I did a little promo video. A little promo video sort of giving you a sense of what the e-ticket event is going to be like. You can find that on the site over at wdwradio.com in the blog. If you like the show, and I hope you do, please come by, rate and review it in iTunes. Follow me on Twitter. I'm at Lou Mangello, and subscribe to my page in Facebook. I can't take any more friends. They've given me 5,000 as a limit, and that's all I can. But subscribe to the page. I post all my updates at facebook.com/Lou Mangello, and I hope to meet you guys at events too. And if you're here at Walt Disney World, come and step out of the box. Join us here live. Meet of the month this weekend. Meet of the month?
Yep.
Meet of the month, Sunday. And then again, it'll be by food. And food and air conditioning is a prerequisite for the meets of the month. If you're going to be at Walt Disney World, check out the events page. You can find out where they're coming up. I want to thank you guys all again for stepping out of the box, for all of you, for sitting collectively in the box. Thanks again to our sponsor for this week's show, Basque Skincare. Check out their Facebook page at facebook.com/Basque, B-A-S-Q, Skincare. I'll put a link to that in the show notes as well. That's going to do it for this week. Please hang out in the box. We'll chat and just about random Disney-ness and Rocketeer reboots and monorails and the Avenger Rail. If you are not catching us live, every Wednesday, 7:30 p.m. Eastern at wdwradiolive.com. Thanks to Glenn, Scott, all the rest of you who have escaped the box, and all of you in the box. You know how much I love Wednesday nights. So until next time, have a great week, everybody. See ya.